Right. So, last time we finished some side quests and did a major incursion, which took most of the time. But we were able to finish tapping the grid and alternating currents in the well, where we found that brownouts in the well were caused by an illicit program running in the New Atlantis apartments that was siphoning credits off of GalBank transactions. Yeah, so next we will probably work on these activities. So let's start with the ones that aren't Radiant quests, and let's find the distress call in the Cherry Beatus system. Let's get started.
Checking your record. Industrial.
Leave me alone, please. I don't have that kind of money. Enough. Get up.
Kill for a cup of coffee.
The Trade Authority has... Of course, of course. Pleasure dealing with you.
Repeating emergency request. Facility Crucible requires vital materials to sustain the mission. Transmitting coordinates on Charybdis 3. End of message. origin detected. Designated outsider. This is an undisclosed secret location. Please identify purpose or depart. Outsider is not part of plan. End of inquiry. Acknowledging receipt of emergency request. Explanation deemed acceptable. Clearance granted to Crucible. Outsider will deliver 150 units of copper. Compensation will be dispensed.
Tobias, stand down. We have a visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This is incredible. For so long we hoped for any visit, and the day has finally arrived. Oh dear, that's a surprisingly tricky question. I'm probably not the person to answer it, but it is a genuine pleasure to meet you. We see no one, ever. Your arrival is truly an historic one, but many fear what it portends. The societies have closed their doors and are arguing about what to do, while the rest hide to see which way the wind blows. Franklin would know what to do. He's the oldest among us. You should talk with him. Most of us are like me, free and unaligned. But there are three societies that are oft at odds with one another. The Believers, the Pragmatists, and the Renegades. It would be wise to meet each of them. Franklin leads the Pragmatists. Crucible is a tinderbox, and any spark will set it off. We're still recovering from a deadly conflict that happened 3 years ago. Far fewer of us are here to greet you today because of it. Give it time, and I'm sure the others will come out. For curiosity's sake, if nothing else. I still can't get over you. A visitor. Extraordinary.
When your ship landed, I feared the robots would shoot you on sight. I am greatly relieved that they let you enter our community, but you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends. What? I most definitely have never met you. A traveler like yourself must go many different places. You must have me confused with someone else. I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society. I was named after an American president. In a sense, I am him. Everyone that lives here are clones. Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know. When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back.
I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider.
Is it? I wish I could illuminate you on this,
But we are as ignorant of the technology which brought us into being as we are of the outside world. Not at all. I have had occasion to see death more than anyone. When someone dies, all they have accomplished here in Crucible, all of their deeds, thoughts, are gone. And when they come back, they are different, modified. The believers say they are improved. Being reborn can take years, sometimes over a decade. But everyone comes back.
Now there is the question, isn't it? I do not have FDR's memories, but I know every nuance of his life and times.
Well, as much as history records. I confess, I feel an undeniable affinity towards him.
But no, I am my own man, but not all of us see it that way. I could see how confusing this may be, even frustrating. But if it's any consolation, many of us feel the same, and we live here. After decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is, and what we should do about it, is something the societies disagree about. Sometimes violently. It's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatists' position on matters. Well, it is one of the few concrete things we know about Crucible. If you want to truly know about the mission, the believers will tell you all about it. In fact, it can be hard to get them to stop talking about it. After you meet with them, I'll share my position. It's hard to understand my society without first understanding the others. Besides, if I monopolize your attention for too long, the other societies may get suspicious, which is counterproductive. Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with the Monerinas and Genghis Khan. Genghis and the renegades will be the death of us, unless we stand firm. We are not 100% sure, but I have a theory. The facility has been unreliable as long as I've been alive. My guess is that they are historical figures that just didn't get a proper education. Who's to say what Julius Caesar actually looked like? Or some modern person of note that we wouldn't even know about. Whoever they are, though, they are as smart and capable as the ones that know their identity. My feelings about my namesake are complicated. He was a great but flawed human being. On one hand, he guided a country through the ravages of depression and war admirably. He tirelessly fought to improve the lives of the poor and disadvantaged. But as a husband, he was unfaithful, and as a colleague, he was a consummate politician, which is sometimes good, often distasteful. He was truly a great man, and I must confess, I am proud to share his heritage. I would like nothing better, but first talk with the Monerinas and Genghis. It's hard to understand the pragmatists without knowing about the other societies. Goodbye.
I might have some stuff you could use in stock. Welcome to town, stranger. Consider me part of the welcoming committee. The name's Wyatt Earp, and I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay. For a modest fee, of course.
If you distrust everyone, they will inevitably...
Oh, I'm not all that. Just had the good fortune to receive some good publicity. But to the matter at hand, I'm more than a humble innkeep. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that. I'm for whatever side wants to keep the peace. It means that the pragmatists and I are often on the same side of things. But you might be surprised the number of times I've had to ask some of them to back off some nonsense. That's a generous offer. I might take you up on it. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you. It runs hot and cold. During usual times, it's an occasional scuffle, maybe a black eye when an argument gets out of hand, and then a society goes on a rampage and it's tombstone all over. I hope your arrival keeps things on an even keel. At once. A pleasure talking with you. Rest for a spell. You're always welcome back.
I need to go out there. I want to see and do everything there is to be done. Your ship, she's a beauty. It travels the stars, right? Tell me, what's it like out there? That's just how I imagine it. My name's Amelia Earhart. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life and her accomplishments. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits, thrust acceleration, vectors, and everything. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flying out there, touching heaven itself. And yet, cruelly, here I sit. The facility keeps us alive, fed, and protected, but they do a terrible job of informing us of anything at all. My guess is the facility thought they might need a pilot one day, but your guess is as good as mine. Am I that transparent? Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, a chance to explore. I'd happily earn my way. Like I said, a lot of spacefaring know-how has been put in my head. Let's put it to good use, right? You won't regret it. Thanks. Do you want to talk about anything else? I have a few choice, unchristian thoughts about some of them, but I'm going to stay out of it. Listen, I'd understand you making any decision you have to regarding them. Any at all. I just hope you judge me separate. I don't wish harm on anyone. I just want to explore. No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure, though. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one day. I hope to see you again.
I had hoped you would visit me. Good. Know that you stand before Queen Amanirinas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time cannot take it from me. In truly ancient times, my land lay south of Egypt, a harsh country. History is enamored of my contemporary Cleopatra, but she would have withered and died had she tried to rule my land. You walk our land a few footsteps and think you know everything. If you don't believe me, know you are not alone. Some clones deride me behind my back. I know this, but I feel in my bones that I am a Manirinas for true. The great and the terrible. To those who would oppose me, I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells. The right scent. And I close my eyes. And I can picture all of it. So vividly. It aches my heart. My home. My kingdom. Have you no faith of your own? Something you hold to, even though it cannot be proven. It is the same with me. But I am certain. You speak to a Manirinas, reborn. You are brave to call me out openly. But that is something I can admire. It is enough to say, I am who I am. Once, I called upon mighty armies. However, on Crucible I still lead. Have you heard of the Believers? Have you heard of the mission? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems to bring in a new glorious age and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed. You are skeptical. My advisors thought the same when Augustus Caesar stood unbeatable at Kush's border. I made war against the mighty Romans. I took their cities and fought them to a draw. No other king or queen can boast of that honor against that famed Roman. And that's just me. Some of the greatest lions of all ages are awaiting rebirth. What are bureaucrats, petty politicians, and lawyers against that? So many scoff at the mission. Before we are reborn here, there are words all of us are told. That we are the chosen. We are meant to better ourselves. To learn, grow, and thrive. All of us represent the greatest figures in our history. Who better to lead the settled systems to a new golden age? I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove to the facility we are ready. When someone has achieved their potential, the facility is supposed to set us free among the stars. But the machines have been breaking more and more over the years. And no one has ever been deemed worthy. I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves and claim our birthright. The facility is another place on this very planet. A place we cannot go, as much as we dream of it. Surely someone, anyone by now would have learned the lessons the facility sought to teach. No, the machines have not aged well. The crises break upon our beach, each one greater than the last. Then listen well, outsider. You must go to the facility. The robots and what drives them is not here. The facility is where they come from. Somewhere far to the east. None of us can travel there. But you can. Go there, please. And see if the facility can be repaired. Then report back to me. There are robots here, but they are not constructed here. The clones also are not born here. The robots bring fresh clones always from the east. That is where their facility lies. And that's it. I know no more. We are the ones who believe in the mission. We are the great minds and leaders of history who can bring about a new golden age. Our numbers are admittedly few, but we make up for it in our commitment to see the dream of Crucible realized. We just want the machines fixed, so we can pass the test and be allowed to leave Crucible and try to make a difference. I am her reborn. Many here scoff at reincarnation. But why? It has been a belief of people from the earliest of times. Why is it so unimaginable it can happen? When I dream, I smell the sands of Africa. I see the vaunted Roman legions with their prickly spear walls. And I see and taste the blood. Both ours and theirs. I am Queen Amanirinas. And I am she who even the conquerors fear. Roosevelt and the pragmatists vex us. True, they do help us try and maintain the facility. But they deny the mission. Such hubris. We were sent here for a reason. Why can't they see that? And Genghis and the renegades are little more than brigands spoiling for a fight. They would destroy everything if it meant they could be unleashed on the galaxy. Clearly, none of them will ever reach their potential. As you wish, outsider.
Do not leave Crucible. Loading delivered.
If you arrived, others will too. Change is coming. I can't wait. I suppose I am what passes for one here. I have my namesake's education, so I am well versed there. But without any books or treatises from other scientists, my knowledge is limited. Some clones received specialized knowledge, like Amelia. She knows how spacecraft works. So interviewing them has been fantastic for learning more advanced scientific principles. But mainly I conduct experiments, rudimentary as they are. Why yes, Ada Lovelace, at your service. My namesake worked with Charles Babbage, and is widely considered the first female programmer. And to see what our little experiments led to, I only wish Mr. Babbage was here. Uncomfortable, truth be told. The Believers are undeniably favored by the facility. Their complex receives food and materials first. When blood is spilt, the facility robots often side with them, and always the arguments and fisticuffs. Most of us just want to live in peace. It's always a pleasure.
Stranger! Weapons out! They come!
The man from the stars. Come to see me. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you. Then don't believe it. It is true his blood runs through my veins. But I am not he. Crucible tries to imprint the clones with fake memories. Genghis predated the Mongols having written records. For being so great a figure, we know practically nothing about him. When was he born? How he died? Where he was buried? A single speech he gave? Nothing. It must have driven the robots mad, trying to figure out what to do with me. My namesake, yes, a terrible, terrible person. But me, I'm really just a lowly prisoner, stuck on this pitiful planet. I am pleased that the dangers out here are of no concern to you. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself behind walls. I would provide fresh meat for my society, so we don't get fat off the robots. Franklin and I see eye to eye on very little, but even he appreciates this. And I always hope to see some means of escape. Perhaps our luck has finally changed. You have nothing to fear from me. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones? Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. We are just people. Same as you. Same as anyone. None at all. It is as if I were a student of his life and times from an early age. I know so much about him, but that doesn't mean I am him. I am me, and I am content with this. I never really thought about that. Surprising indeed. But all this talk gets us nowhere. Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots, trying to play their roles in a broken game. The renegades will not submit, and one day, we will be free. I do not know. Everything outside of Crucible is unknown to us. I imagine the settled systems are not so settled that a man who does not shrink from violence can't make a place for himself, though. A prison of the mind and the body. Crucible holds out a throne and says, "Obey, and it is yours." But thrones are meant to be taken, not handed to you by a machine. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the others in line. If Crucible had not hobbled us, we wouldn't. I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds our lives in its hands. But now, the robots have made a grave mistake. You can go where none of us can. You hold our future in your hands, and all the societies know it. Oh yes, you can go 1 or 2 miles from Crucible, and you drop dead. I have no knowledge of medicine, but it's probably poison. It boils my blood to be subjugated like this. But too many of the clones are sheep. As long as their pens are clean and comfortable, they bleat their arguments. Even if you think I deserve this cage, does everyone? If you want your heartstrings tugged, talk to Amelia Earhart. Doesn't she deserve the stars she craves? You know of the facility, yes? Go there, and make the machines let us leave. It is not much to ask, and it will set us free. We are all prisoners. Just not all of us can see the bars. Without fail, and without mercy, if we go too far, our lives end. Even the most devout believer drops like a stone a little over a mile out. I know this, because we have tried it. Many look at Crucible like it is holy or a potential utopia. But the renegades see it truly. It is hell, and it is a prison. We are the only ones that just want to tear it all down and leave. The mission, the facility, all of it are lies. We deserve a chance to really live. I have no doubt many of us will perish, or be swallowed up by the settled systems with little to show of it. But I just want the chance that every human is born with. You ask a question I cannot answer to your satisfaction. It is far to the east. It is where all the machines come from. Beyond that, mystery. Farewell.
You're the most exciting.
So, you have heard from the other societies. I must confess I'm very curious what an outsider thought of them, and their positions. You might be the first objectively neutral party we've ever come across. I couldn't agree more. The facility has gathered some of the most obstinate and dangerous personages throughout history. It has told them that they should lead in a golden age via whatever means they see appropriate. Setting us all loose and Parda as a whole would invite disaster. We are barely fit to lead ourselves. The most likely case is anyone that leaves Crucible would die or silently fail. But if the mission is correct, and they do take over the settled systems, in the course of history, it took millennia to cast out petty tyrants. The way ahead lies not looking to the past to literally guide us, but for this generation to learn from us. Terrible and great figures we represent had their time. We made the most of it. We should be at peace with it. A tough but fair question. I must admit the case of Amelia Earhart sometimes keeps me up at night. 'Tis safer if the rule is strict, but if you wanted to make an exception or two, I could live with that. But no one from the other societies. They are all dangerous in their own way. Exceptionally so. But the pragmatists are different. It is evident that the facility is decaying. It is both unsustainable and unwise for us to fix and maintain the status quo. Our community must be weaned off the machines, learn how to build, grow, and govern ourselves, allowed to raise families so we can pass our lessons to the next generation, and to die when our allotted time is finished. One day we will be worthy of going to the stars. We are just not there yet. Do not listen to passion. Genghis can be very persuasive, but he's a fool. In some sense, we are an abomination. A science project made for unknown ends and with uncertain results. Once we are fully human, fully self-reliant, then we should be allowed to join the settled systems. Yes, and not to be indelicate, not for lack of trying. Are we even human in this state? We have no future, only the past. Please, I beg you, listen, look, and think. Who are these people, and what would they do? I hope, for all our sake, you will come to see the light. We are unnaturally dependent on the machines of the facility for every aspect of our society. The pragmatists seek to take the reins of power ourselves. We will cultivate, work, and govern for ourselves. Perhaps, once we have demonstrated that we can govern ourselves well, we can try and bring our leadership to the settled systems. But to do so too early, I fear, courts disaster. I guess we're done.
Must neutralize combat.
recommending increasing resistance weight training auxiliary. Captain, approaching. Recommending transfer. Resuming. Paused. Processing.
Pardon.
Over here!
Amonarinos.
Listen, it's not safe. It's about Roosevelt. There's something you need to know. Not here. If he found out I'm even talking to you about this, it's a matter of life and death. There's a, well, cave. Just, please. Ideally, before... It won't be. I'll meet you at the cave. You came. I just can't take a chance. These clones, they're psychotic, crazy. If they find out, I'm sorry. I just can't take the chance. How did you know? But you're right. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes. He was a deranged lunatic on old Earth. In the 1890s, he owned a hotel. He'd lure people there in this crazy hotel with all sorts of terrible rooms. But I'm not him. You gotta believe me. I don't want to do this. Any of this. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you. I really, really don't. Besides Ada and maybe Amelia, you're the nicest person I've met. But the other clones, they would tear me apart. Don't you see? They're the monsters. I just don't want to be tortured like that. Please, please forgive me. A few of the old-timers know I used to go by Bill Hickok. I mean, I had to make up a story. I always used to read the dime novels, and I figured I knew enough about Wild Bill and Wyatt to pull it off. I just had no way of knowing what my previous life had picked. So I played dumb. But Roosevelt, he's a crafty one. It's too late for that.
Captain, recommending transferring. Ending conversation.
You're the most exciting thing that's happened.
Over
My
here!
darkest hours,
We need
I
to talk.
feared that we were all that was
Listen,
left of
it's not...
humanity.
It's about Roosevelt. Thank you. There's a... well, please. Ideally, before... It won't be. I'll meet you at the Cape.
You actually came from space.
You came. These clones... I'm sorry. How did you know? But... You're right. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer. H.H. Holmes. He was a deranged lunatic on old Earth. In the 1890s, he owned a hotel. He'd lure people there in this crazy hotel with all sorts of terrible rooms. But I'm not him. You gotta believe me. It's like a living nightmare. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you. I really, really don't. Besides Ada and maybe Amelia, you're the nicest person I've met. But the other clones, they would tear me apart. Don't you see? They're the monsters. I just don't want to be tortured like that. Please, please forgive me. A few of the old-timers know I used to go by Bill Hickok. I mean, I had to make up a story. I always used to read the dime novels, and I figured I knew enough about Wild Bill and Wyatt to pull it off. I just had no way of knowing what my previous life had picked. So I played dumb. Roosevelt. He's a crafty one. I just don't. You sound so certain. Do you think I'm doing... Wyatt Earp was I don't want to die. I'm gonna trust you, okay? Just don't tell anyone. This never happened. This is a safe place from all the yammerings of the society. A pleasure talking with you.
Genghis and the renegades will be the death of us, unless we stand firm. Let me see. You have no idea what a reassurance it is to learn even these hints of our past.
It sounds like the facility is in ruins, but perhaps the restricted section is intact?
Think of the answers it must contain, and perhaps a way to help us become self-sufficient. But there is no security override code here. I would know. Think. To think that Crucible was not our first home. And Genghis Khan destroyed it. I have told people time and time again that the renegades will be the death of us all. And they already were once. The only thing clear to me is despite the facility's efforts, we haven't grown at all.
Embarrassingly so.
And most are too busy jockeying for a position to delve behind the thin lies the facility told them. We all assumed that we arrived via spaceship. But knowing we did, and knowing it was called the Galathea, it sates a need I did not know I even had. I don't think that's possible. You try hiding something interesting from Ms. Lovelace.
No. The answer must lay with Galathea's twin, the Beagle.
Yes, if it can be found. Certainly, they had the capability of going into the heart of the facility.
If anyone can figure a manner of locating the Beagle, it's Ada Lovelace.
I'll radio her and explain the situation. I'm sure she will make every effort to assist. Goodbye.
Non-resident detected.
others would...
Valid
Goodbye.
exception acknowledged. This unit is busy.
So we did come from a spaceship. Of course we did. And there's another out there? What was the Beagle? Why did she and the Galathea part? But all of that in time. First, we must find her. She's not in this star system. I would have spotted her. I've studied the celestial bodies for years. No trace of a spaceship in orbit here or around the other planets. I should be thanking you for delivering such fascinating news. Now, about the Beagle, maybe the radio telescope. Yes, every morning it always defaults to the same position. I always wondered, why point at Bell 5? Petty frustration I've dealt with for years. Perhaps the facility looks for her sister. Yes, it makes sense. I can send you the coordinates. The Bell Star system is not far. The facility communicates via a secure frequency. When you arrive, tune into that. If you arrived, others farewell outside.
Combat efficacy lowered. Dispose of carry weight to increase effectiveness.
don't go. We can do the experiment here. The facility has everything we need.
Our protocols say we are looking for planets with a 70% plus confidence level. The facility, barely 50%.
And how many planets have we surveyed? On Earth, they didn't know what we would find. My friend, we are getting old. Too old. If we want to have any chance to start the experiment ourselves, the facility is it.
When I was given my command, I swore an oath to adhere to the mission. Dr. Chang, you realize you are a mutineer. You've abandoned us.
The perfect is the enemy of the good. If you can't see that, then I guess there's nothing more to be said.
System failure. Catastrophic damage.
Logging weight amount and auxiliaries reaction.
obligation to respond. Can I ask the first question? I'm still talking with... Are you sure you're up for this? So, first question. Is being a ship captain... Oh, I was kind of hoping there would be thrills all over the place. I am sure the captain... If you can afford your... Oh, dear Lord. My, much. Last question. Space is a lawless mess. If you talk taxes? Don't I pay enough taxes? Hey, don't cut that. Thank you, Captain. I got a question. You don't have to answer that. I knew it. That's all. Everyone, you have the patience of a saint. Here's some credits for giving. This is your captain speaking. Remember, we'll be astral. Dear Lord.
Unknown level of aggression. Must eliminate before approach, Captain. Most efficient.
Oh, thank God you're here. Genghis has issued an ultimatum. He will attack the Pragmatist Society with everything he's got, unless you meet with him. I fear Amon Arenas is siding with him too. We are on the brink of war. A war I will not shrink from, not when we are so close to victory. Doubtful. Genghis and I have a long history, always at cross purposes. But worryingly, Amon Arenas may be with him. It's possible we can convince her to back down. He knows you have seen the facility, and if you have been there, then anything is possible. So he threatens violence to ensure his voice is heard. I will send a message. We are meeting under flag of truce. Something sacred to us. So, no matter how much he vexes you, keep your gun holstered.
The outside.
Amon Arenas, Genghis. I had hoped we would not be meeting like this after so short a respite from war.
You drove us here, Franklin. Did you think we would let the outsider just hand the pragmatist victory? Stranger, if you do not change your course, there will be none of the pragmatists alive to help. So, Franklin's lapdog has teeth! Ha! But you will have to kill the believers, too. No one wants Roosevelt's deal. My spies saw you deliver the papers you found at the facility. Do not seek to deceive me. We cannot let the pragmatists win. Can you imagine being stuck here with the politician for years? Unable to leave. Unable to truly live. I very much want to believe you.
You can't mean this. He is Genghis Khan.
Do you swear your most sacred oath to let the renegades go free when you fix the facility? I do not know what I will do, or what I will find. But if you seek to defang me, no. I will make my way out there as I see fit. Then we are done. Then we will meet on the field.
I wish it had not come to...
So be it. The Believer's compound is fortified, but we cannot hold up. You have to... Yes. But that is on their heads, not ours. In his every incarnation, he has brought misery to us. Let us deal with him one last time.
No struggle.
It is over. Why does it always come down to force? I hope your settled systems has truly learned from the past. Clearly, we have not. To be a leader, a true leader, you must make terrible choices, and then live with them. If it is any consolation, they gave us no choice. Please, go to the facility and make it so that it will obey my instructions, so we can finally grow as a people. As much as Genghis always pushes, I guess we're done.
Noted.
Oh, thank God your Genghis has I fear Amana. We are on the brink. Doubtful. Genghis and I have a long history, always at cross purposes. But worryingly, Amanarina's made. He knows you have seen the facility. And if you have been there, then anything is possible. So he threatens violence to ensure his will. I will send a message. So, no.
The outside.
Amanarinas?
You drove us. Strange. So, Franklin's lapdog has teeth! Ha! But you will have to kill the believers, too. No one wants Roosevelt's deal. My spies saw you deliver the papers you found at the facility. Do not seek to We cannot let the pragmatists win. Can you imagine being stuck here with the politician for years? Unable to leave. Unable to truly live. Perhaps you tell me true. But am I willing to stake my life on this? Do you swear your most... The choice is me. Then we will meet up.
I wish it had not come.
So be it. The Believer's compound is fortified. But we cannot hold out against Genghis, and you have... Yes. But that is on their heads, not ours. In his every incarnation, he has brought misery to us. Let us deal with him one last... 'Tis over. I hope you're settled. Be a leader, if it is any. Please. The blood. Goodbye.
In my darkest hours, blood runs in the street.
Reduced. No hostiles detected.
This should be fun. Need some help.
Your arrival is goodbye.
The outsider.
I'm on Arenas.
You drove strange. You think you're hot?
The facility and the
So the answer is we are all? You leave us no
20 years.
What?
We have to stand on our own 2 feet to earn a chance at freedom. So let the outsider reprogram the facility, and for 20 years we work together to make Crucible truly ours. And after, we institute a test, which we both author with mutual veto power, and any who pass may leave.
Do not let the politician cloud your head with pretty words.
You think I would accept this? The gods send prophets and portents of every form. You will not deny me a chance to make the world a better place. There is nothing more to say.
Then we will meet on the field.
I wish it had not.
So, the Believer's Compound, you have to... This is not something they will keep.
The outside.
Amon Arenas?
You drove us. Strange. You think you're...
The facility and the
So the answer is you leave us no
20 years.
What?
We have... So, and...
Do not let the...
You think I would
We could kill them.
I only lead my... Do you promise, Mr.
I will not make it easy, but it will be, as you say, fair.
No! Amon Arenas, this is a trick!
Roosevelt has done many things that infuriate me. But his honor? I have never had to question. The believers will not fight. Let the gods decide which of you is right. If you want this future, fight for it yourself.
You will reap. Then we will meet on...
So be it. We have fought. He is the linchpin. If you take him out, I know an armistice can... In his every incarnation, he has brought misery. Let us deal.
Explosive object.
This is getting out of control.
Increasing proximity.
Get up! Down! I'm not going down without a fight!
Hostile vitals. No.
Roosevelt would as you wish, outsider.
It is over. I hope you're set to be a leader, if it is any. Please. Come on!
Really happening?
Compiling list of acknowledged.
It is over. I hope you're settled to be a leader, if it is any. Please. As much as Genghis always, we are not 100% sure, but I have a theory. The facility has been unreliable as long as I've been alive. My guess is that they are historical figures. Who's to say what Julius Caesar actually looked like? Or some modern person of note that we wouldn't even know about. Whoever they are, though, they are as smart and... I guess we're done.
Compiling list acknowledged.
Blood runs in the streets. I do not hold you. May I help you? I maintain a steadfast neutrality. You must make your own determination. With frightening regularity, as bad as this was, 3 years ago the streets were full. Until Genghis Khan struck. We've a third of our number since that day. Fewer now. I believe your intentions are pure, but the stakes are ever so high. Perhaps I should have predicted all of this. So your mission to the Beagle was a success? Let me see. It is... done. There is a standard cipher used by the facility. It took me many years and, well, lifetimes to overcome. And now, the mysteries of the facility await you. I pray you choose what befalls us wisely. If you arrive, it's always a pleasure.
I will hold Roosevelt to his word.
Captain approaching.
We will do things
Recording,
this way.
Captain.
Years.
Resuming. Paused.
Hostile. I am unable. Repair not possible. Here, dehydrate. Oxygen. Ingestion of a moderate quantity of water.
Beginning. Acknowledged. Saving conversation block.
Blood. Always the blood. The only taste worse than victory is defeat. What was long sought after is upon us. Change. Not all on Crucible will approve of what you have done, but doing what is right is seldom easy or free of difficulty. You have given us all a chance for self-determination. Maybe in time we will be worthy of going to the stars. For some of us, that will be a rude awakening. You have my enduring thanks. And anytime you need safe harbor, know that Crucible is here for you. I have such plans for Crucible. I am reminded of a proverb about being careful what you wish for. Now that we are able to start living on our own terms, I feel as though the real work is only beginning. This opportunity is a precious gift, though, and don't think I don't appreciate it. Goodbye.
I wish I was able to... So the pragmatists win. But I am at peace with the deal that has been made. In fact, the mission may be better for Franklin and I working together on the test. Until we meet again.
If you arrived, farewell, outsider.
This is a safe place from all the yammer. Of course.
We need to escape.
I'm hoping you come back for some repeat business.
Beginning. Slacking. Preparing. Item. Transfer. Conversation over.
Good to see you. By all means.